Transformer games have been hit or miss recently. High Moon Studios released the often overlooked Cybertron series, but also a lackluster movie tie-in. Now it's time for Platinum Games to bring their trademark combat to this legendary brand. Is it a match made in heaven? The story is reminiscent of the Saturday morning cartoon thanks to visuals inspired by the original TV show. Megatron is up to his old tricks, and Optimus Prime, along with his loyal Autobots, sets out to protect Earth. The story doesn't have many surprises, but thanks to Peter Cullen and other cast members reprising their roles, the plot is engaging enough for the brief 6-hour campaign. You can choose between 5 playable characters like the Dinobot Grimlock or the Nimble Bumblebee. They have varying strengths, weaknesses, and weapons, including unique special abilities, but ultimately, they play similar to each other. Each Autobot has the same limited number of combos, and since resources are limited, it's more efficient to focus on enhancing one Autobot instead of the whole team. Combat is fast, fluid, and flashy. Fans of Platinum's earlier works like Bayonetta or Metal Gear Rising will immediately feel the similarities. Just don't expect the same level of depth. There are only a few combos at your disposal, and each encounter plays out the same, with tons of dodge rolls and mashing the attack button. The most valuable skill is dodging at the right moment, which slows down time, allowing for multiple hits on your opponent. There are special moves that recharge after a certain duration, but saving them for bosses is always the best option. Despite its simplicity, the pace keeps things engaging. Each boss has unique skills and abilities which are exciting and tense to see during initial encounters. Also, new enemies are introduced at a steady pace, which helps alleviate any repetition.
Devastator, you're needed elsewhere. The others can finish the Autobots.
Aside from melee attacks, each Autobot has ranged weaponry. Occasionally, snipers guard key positions, forcing you to snipe back, but the guns feel weak compared to pummeling enemies with your steel fists. They lack the visual and visceral impact, which ultimately makes them feel ineffective. A ranking system grades you after each fight, culminating in a final grade for each chapter. On the surface, it encourages replay value, but the combat just isn't complex enough to entice you to replay levels to master it. There is a challenge mode that offers roughly 50 brief combat and platforming scenarios, and completing each earns you a weapon and reward. In between missions, you can synthesize weapons to make them more powerful, or craft runes for randomized character stat bonuses. However, there isn't enough difference in these alterations to make experimentation feel worthwhile. Aside from slow hammers or fast swords, combat still plays out the same, so you're better off just consolidating your perks to make a single powerful weapon.
Decepticons approaching from the city.
For such a short game, the environments are reused far too frequently, and some extra variety could have helped lessen the backtracking. When you're not fighting enemies, you're free to roam around the open environments in search of hidden collectibles and loot chests. There are also side missions, which involve quickly racing between 2 points or activating a series of switches. While there aren't a lot of opportunities for exploration, it's nice how much Platinum has packed into the small areas without it ever feeling cluttered. Transformers Devastation is short, lacks depth, and can be a bit repetitive, but Platinum's tight combat paired with the old school aesthetics keeps it fun. It may not be the dream Transformers game that some imagined, but it's worth a play, perhaps after it goes on sale.